Hello everybody. Today we are going to discuss NFRA, National Financial Reporting Authority, which is covered under Section 132 of Companies Act 2013. Before starting the chapter, let's first understand what is NFRA and why it is created. In schools, a student's job is to complete their homework and teachers check whether students have completed their homework properly or not. If there is any mistake in homework, teacher has to highlight the mistakes. But what if teachers are not performing their duties? They have to take the class, but they are coming late, not checking the works of students properly. Then who will review, ensure that teachers themselves are performing their duties properly or not? The answer is principal. Principal is the person who supervises the teachers, reviews their work, and take action if any teacher fails to perform his responsibilities. Similarly, in corporate world, companies are like students who has to prepare the financials. Auditors are like teachers who checks whether financial statements prepared are correct, shows true and fair view or not. But what if auditors themselves do not perform their duties properly? For example, they do not follow accounting standards while doing the audits. They issue an incorrect audit report. Then who will supervise the auditors? This is where NFRA comes into the picture. Just like a principal supervises the teachers, NFRA supervises the auditors. It monitors their work, reviews their performance, and take action whenever professional misconduct is identified. This is the reason the government established NFRA. Let's start the chapter. NFRA stands for National Financial Reporting Authority. It is an independent regulatory authority. Means just like in SEBI for stock exchange, IRDAI for insurance companies, NFRA is for auditors. This is established by central government. NFRA was constituted on 1st of October 2018. It has four main functions or duties. NFRA has four main functions or duties. This we can learn from MORP. M-O-R-P. M stands for Monitor and Enforce Compliance. NFRA monitors whether companies and auditors are complying with prescribed accounting standards, auditing standards. NFRA ensures these standards are followed properly. For example, auditor can only give clean opinion when he has obtained sufficient and appropriate audit evidence and conclude that there is no material misstatement. However, if there is a material misstatement, auditor has to modify his opinion. So, NFRA can review the working papers of auditors, and if NFRA concludes that there is a material misstatement and auditor was negligent on his performing his duties, then he can impose penalties on auditors. Next, O. O stands for oversees the quality of service. NFRA oversees the quality of services provided by the auditors. It reviews the type and quality of audit procedures performed by the auditor and suggests measures, ways to improve wherever necessary. Objective is to improve audit quality and maintain public confidence. Next, R. R stands for recommend accounting and auditing standards. It recommends accounting and auditing standards to central government for approval. To issue any new accounting or auditing standards, ICAI prepares the draft, then it sends to NFRA for review, and once NFRA reviews it, it sends to central government and recommends to central government for approval. And once central government approves it, it comes into existence. Next, P, M-O-R-P. P stands for perform other such functions. NFRA may perform any other functions that are related to its main activities. By performing these four functions, NFRA ensures that its primary objective is fulfilled. Primary objective? Its objective is to protect the public interest. Many people like investors, lenders such as banks or creditors rely on financial statements. They make important decisions based on the information contained in financial statements. For example, investor decides whether to invest or not, banks decide whether to grant loans or not, creditors decide whether to extend credit or not. If financial statements are incorrect or misleading, then they have to suffer huge losses. So, NFRA aims to ensure that accounting and auditing standards are properly followed, so that audit quality remains high and we get a reliable financial reporting and high quality audits. Next, Constitution. NFRA was constituted on 1st October 2018. It is a quasi-judicial authority. Quasi-judicial means similar to like a court but not actually a court. NFRA has powers which a court has, such as it can conduct investigations, examine records, impose penalties. For NFRA, there was a body called NACAS, that is National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standards, NACAS. NACAS mainly used to advise the government on accounting standards. NACAS was having limited powers. It could only recommend standards and cannot impose penalties. So NFRA has replaced NACAS and given broader powers, or its scope has increased to recommend standards, monitor compliance, investigate misconduct, take disciplinary actions. Next, composition. The body will comprise of one chairman who will be an eminent individual with competence in accounting, auditing, law or finance. So basically there will be a chairperson who should be eligible and competent in accounting, auditing, finance and law. Along with this, there will be maximum 15 other members. One chairperson and maximum 15 members. This will be a composition of NFRA. Next, structure. Now, NFRA has total 3 committees. First, Accounting Standard Committee. This committee deals with accounting standards such as review and suggest improvement in existing standards, in formulating better accounting policies or new accounting standards. Second, Auditing Standards Committee. This committee deals with auditing standard, which includes review standards, evaluate the audit quality, suggest modifications in existing audit standards. Third, Enforcement Committee. This committee focuses on compliance and disciplinary matters. Function include monitoring compliance, investigating violations, taking regulatory and disciplinary actions. Moving on to the next part, NFRA's role in auditing. It has 3 major roles which is related to the points we discussed earlier. First, recommend auditing standards. ICAI prepares the draft, NFRA reviews it and recommends it to central government. NFRA recommend auditing policies and standards to be adopted by companies for the approval by central government. It shall receive recommendations from ICAI on proposal for new accounting standard or auditing standard or for amendment to existing standards or auditing standards, and can also ask for additional information for ICAI. Whatever the additional information it needed, it can also ask from ICAI. Next, monitoring and enforcing compliance. NFRA can reviews audit evidence collected by auditors, audit documentations, its working papers, to ensure that audits have been conducted according to professional standards. It can also report on the process practices followed by the auditor to improve the quality. It can also ask for additional information or documents wherever it needed. NFRA can appoint expert who will check, supervise, monitor auditors. It can also publish the findings on its website except where for the confidential information. It can report to central government, and it can also conduct further investigations wherever needed. This you can learn from word Perry. P stands for publish the findings. E, appoint expert. R stands for review working papers, report on practices followed by the auditor and report to central government. I stands for investigation and information. It can conduct further investigation and can ask for additional information. Third, powers to investigate. NFRA has power to investigate professional misconduct by auditors. For example, any negligence by auditor, failure to comply with auditing standards, issuing inappropriate audit opinion or any other violations. When NFRA receives complaint of possible misconduct, it can initiate an investigation and examine the matters in detail. However, it can also suo motu start investigation. Suo motu means initiate investigation on its own. It does not require a formal complaint. If NFRA believes that there is a sufficient reason for a misconduct, it may independently begin an investigation. And if NFRA has initiated the proceedings for professional misconduct, then no other authority can start investigations against the auditor of company. Also, if authority found any fraud amounting to rupees 1 crore or more, then he has to report it to central government. This was our entire chapter where we discussed about constitution, composition, structure, functions, objectives, NFRA's role. Let's take a quick recap of it, whatever we discussed. Why NFRA was established? To supervise the auditors and improve audit quality. Objective: to protect the public interest. What are the functions? More. M for monitor compliance, O oversees quality, R recommend standard, P perform other functions. Constitution: it constituted on 1st October 2018 under section 132 of Companies Act 2013. Composition: 1 plus maximum 15 members. One will be the chairperson who will be competent in accounting, auditing, law, finance, and there will be other at max 15 members can be there. Next, structure. It will have 3 committees: first accounting standard committee, second auditing standard committee, and third enforcement committee. What is the role of NFRA in auditing? First, recommend auditing standards to central government, monitor and enforce compliance. This you can learn from Perry. P stands for publish the findings, E appoint expert, R report to central government, review working paper, report on the practices followed by the auditors, I it can conduct investigation and can ask for additional information. Power to investigate misconduct in 2 cases: one, when it received complaints; second, suo motu, it can start. So this was our entire chapter of NFRA.